Hello everybody, Lotu for Life here, bringing us a brand new video, and today we have the first cards from the Blue Eyes structure deck coming out, which is really cool. I honestly kind of forgot this was a thing, and I'm really happy to see that we are I totally forgot it was a thing. You know, they're doing all those structure deck R's over in Japan where we're getting remakes of old structure decks, and this is basically the remake of the Blue Eyes structure deck. It's not called a structure deck R, which is the weird thing. It's called the Advent of Blue Eyes structure deck or something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it. I've already read the cards, and I'm sure most of you have already. I'm really late to this, but oh well. Okay, so let's go and talk about these new cards. First and foremost, we have a new Synchro. Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. It's a light dragon synchro effect monster with 3,500 attack and 4,000 defense. I thought those were Blue Eyes Ultimate stats switched around, but they're not. Blue Eyes, of course, has 4,500 attack and I think 3,800 defense. Let me check. Blue Eyes, of course, there's a dash. That matters. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 45, 38. It's kind of weird they didn't just switch the stats like they did with the original Synchros. Because I don't know why they didn't. I guess 38 was too much. Anyways, so this is a light dragon synchro effect monster. It's level 12, 35, 44,000. Needs 2 or more tuners plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. You can only use the second and third effect of this card. Its name affects each once per turn. So the second and third effects are hard once per turn, to translate that into how we work it. The first effect is your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard. Cool. You make this guy, you don't have to worry about Bitchute anymore, or Ygopro and stuff like that. Which is really nice. It's by the time you're making this guy, it's probably not going to be relevant because they're going to already have Bitchute you. But hey, they won't be able to do it anymore until they get rid of this guy off the field. When a card or effect is activated on the field, specifically, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. So, this is an Omni Negate for Blue Eyes, and it only works on cards that are on the field. So, if your opponent hand traps you, you can't negate it. But if your opponent tries to Dark Hole you, you can negate that. Your opponent tries to use a Link Monsters effect, you can negate that. You can negate anything that happens on the field itself. Anything in hand, graveyard, or banished, you can't do anything about. So, yeah. Now, you do make him 4,500 attack with this effect until the end of the turn. So, he does jump up to regular Blue Eyes Ultimate's stat line. Or at least close to it. Which is neat. But, yeah. The big thing, of course, is the negate. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard, except a copy of itself. Which is really good. You know, it floats into other stuff. Blue Eyes is still a big monster. Sometimes that's enough to deal with stuff. But it can also bring back your other things, like if you did properly summon Blue Eyes Twin Head, you should be able to bring that back. It's actually been a minute since I've read the twin-headed one. Twin Burst, I think is what it was called. Blue Eyes. So, of course, obviously, you can bring back Blue Eyes Alternative, any of the other big guys. I think you should be able to bring back... Okay, so you can't special summon him by... Well, maybe, I don't know. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by... Can you special summon it if you've properly fusion summoned it? I don't know. I've never actually had it come up. But you might be able to. I don't know. It depends on the rolling on it. Anyways... Continuing on, we got Maiden of White. She is a light spellcaster tuner effect monster, level 1, 0/0. You can only use each of her 3 effects once per turn. They are all hard once per turn effects. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Place 1 True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone. Now, if you don't know what True Light is, it's this card here. It's a continuous trap. It is a trap. It's a Blue Eyes version of the Dark Magician card, Eternal Soul, I think is what it's called. So True Light says your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragon and your monster summon with card effects. If this face of card is sent from the field zone, spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or graveyard, or you can set 1 spell or trap card from your deck that specifically lists Blue Eyes White Dragon in its text with a different name from cards you control and in your graveyard. So once per turn you get one of these 2 effects, and all your Blue Eyes get protection from targeting, and of course if it dies you lose your board, which is annoying, but oh well. This card's great for the most part, but it's not really been heavily run in Blue Eyes because it's annoyingly hard to get to, and it's just slow for the deck, especially since people tend to play it as an OTK deck. You do also have to worry about, well, this card getting destroyed, and then you lose all your cards. I really wish she protected it some way, but she does not. She just gets it from anywhere onto the field face up, which is really good. That's really good for comboing, and it also makes it so you can play 3 of her and 1 of it, so you don't have to ever worry about like drawing into True Light at any point. Anyways, moving on to her second effect. If you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is in your graveyard, which she will be from her first effect, you can special summon this card. That's really good. You reveal Blue Eyes to special summon Alternative. Alternative becomes Blue Eyes on the field. Okay, effect special. Or you, like, Monster Reborn, one of your Blue Eyes White Dragons from your graveyard. Okay, effect special. This card's really good for that, too. And when a card or effect is activated, it targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon, or 1 level 1 Light Tuner from your graveyard. That's also really cool. I like how you get the option of bringing back either. I really wish, like the original Maiden, she would have brought it from deck as well. But I guess that's asking too much for a card as just generally great as this. But anyways, yeah, that's all about her. This card is flat out really good. It's a great improvement over the original Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Especially since she is basically just a straight upgrade of her for the most part. Really good card so far. Moving on to the next one, Prayers of Eyes of Blue. Now, if you get in Deja Vu, it's for good reason. This was featured in the Animation Chronicle. Now, that makes me wonder if some of the other scenes in the Animation Chronicle that did not have cards that directly corresponded to their to the scene will get printed. Like, for instance, are we going to get that Exodia that they featured at the end, or Diabellstar passed out on her bed in a card art eventually? What's that be the last, like, Diabellstar lore? It's her napping after all the craziness that's going on in the lore. That would actually be really wholesome. Anyways, Prayers of Eyes of Blue, normal spell. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn, so you get both effects. You can do both effects in a turn. Discard 1 card, add a level 1 Light Tuner, and 1 spell or trap card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Prayers of Eyes of Blue. So this card is basically Melody of Awakening Dragon, but for the tuners and also, of course, getting to another spell or trap card. That right there is... this already makes this card like a 3 of. This is so good. The fact that you can tutor out any of these spell or trap cards, and the fact that you can grab any of your level 1 light tuners. For one thing, this ups the playability of some of them, because, like, for instance, like, you used to not even consider playing Protector, but maybe now he's worth playing as a 1-of, because you can search them out and get some comboing going on. Especially since you're going to need Protector now. I'll explain that here in a moment, too. So yeah, this is really good. All-around great card for that just by itself. It does have another effect, which I don't understand. So, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a Blue Eyes White Dragon you control. Equip 1 Blue Eyes monster from your extract to it as an equip card that gives it 400 attack. I don't understand the point of this at all. I am going to be 100% honest. Why is this here? This feels like a Joey effect. It is interesting that, like, it does get you something out of your extract, because maybe you equip Blue Eyes Ultimate, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon onto your monster, and then when you, like, sync it off, fuse it off, link it off, whatever, and it goes to your graveyard, and now you got Neo in your graveyard, and now you got his graveyard effect, where whenever a card or effect that targets one of your Blue Eyes monsters, you can banish it from your graveyard and negate that activation if you do destroy it. The thing is, if you're doing that, hopefully you already have True Light out. Now, granted, True Light only protects Blue Eyes White Dragon specifically, so I don't know. It's something interesting. I don't get it, but hey, it might have its points, perks. Probably the Neo Blue Eyes thing is what they're going for. I don't know. Maybe they're going to reveal another card later on. Usually these structure decks only have 4 to 5 new cards, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. So, probably, who knows, we'll see. Next is the Saga of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. Normal spell card. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card once per turn, and you can only use that. You can only use one of this per turn. So this is one of those, you pick which effect you want for the turn, and that's all you're getting. I hate these kinds of effects, especially whenever. I mean, it's really good for balancing on certain cards, but I feel like this was one of those ones that really did not need it. So, first effect, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment in defense position. But you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect if you do not control it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the action deck for the rest of this turn except dragons. Okay. Well, what's the second effect? You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon a fusion monster from your action deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a Blue Eyes monster. Why can I not do both effects? I don't understand it at all. This is not a card that should say you can only use one or the other effect a turn. Freaking Amazonists have a card like this as well, where it's a card that lets you fusion. Yeah, their quick play fusion spell lets you fusion summon, and then it's also got a graveyard effect where you can banish it to let you use extra deck monsters for the fusion summon. But you can only use one effect or the other. You can't use both, and so that defeats the purpose of playing multiples. And I've got the same problem here. Now, less so with the not playing multiples, because this card's just great in general. It beams out of Blue Eyes from your deck, graveyard, or banished. Like, that is really good. And that I like that a lot. It's going to help out. I think this is definitely a 2 to 3 of. The problem is you can't do both effects. Like, why can I not fuse into Blue Eyes Ultimate after doing this? Why? And then on top of that, it's not even like a Miracle Fusion or a Shuffle Back Fusion or anything. It's just Poly. It's just Poly using hand or field. Why can I not use monsters from my graveyard? Why are you making it so that this card you only get one or the other effect, and you don't even give the fusion spell effect? Like, it's not even that strong. Oh, jeez. By the way, apparently the art here and the name is a reference to the old structure deck, with the name literally being the name of the structure deck, the old one, and the art being from the commercial, which is really cool. It's neat. So, overall, I really like these cards. They're all really great. My biggest problem, other than the annoyance of this card being a one or the other effect, is the Synchro. And, okay, so here's the thing. He's a level 12, okay? Now, I get that they did it because Blue Eyes Ultimate is a 12, and so, of course, Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate should be a 12, too. Makes sense, okay? The thing is, he needs 2 or more tuners to go into for Blue Eyes, plus a Blue Eyes non-tuner. Okay, understandable. So, there's just one little problem. All of the Blue Eyes tuner monsters that you're going to want to use are level 1. They're all level 1. That means if you're using regular Blue Eyes White Dragon, you're going to need 4 of these little guys out. 4. Okay? So, let's think about this for a second. Maiden effect, sender, 2 place True Light. Effect of True Light, special summon Blue Eyes from hand or grave. Effect of Maiden, special summon her from graveyard. Okay, cool. That's 1 tuner so far. Activate the effect of Prayers of Blue. Do discard a card and add a level 1 tuner and a spell trap card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. Awesome. So, getting Protector. Normal summoning the Protector and special summoning any of the other tuners. Let's just say White's Denote Ancients for the sake of our sanity here. Okay. That is 1, 2, 3. We're 1 level off, and we've used our normal summon and our 1 special summon off of Protector. The only thing we could hope for is to, let's see here, no special summon effect. Does Priestess have a special summon effect? Okay, she does. So, the only hope is to use Priestess effect in graveyard to shuffle Blue Eyes monster you control into the deck and special summon her. She is also one of those you can only use 1 effect or the other per turn. In which case, you would then need to follow up with Saga to summon Blue Eyes from deck, or have Blue Eyes alternative in hand or something. And then now you got your monsters out to do it. Or you could do 1 for 1 and summon out another dude. These cards I'm going to have to test to really see how effective they are. But that's a lot of investment for an on-field negate. And I don't like it. The other easy way to make it is to make Twin Burst first. And then get out 2 tuners to make him. Because Blue Eyes Twin Burst is a level 10. And yeah. I'm really hoping... Oh yeah, also if you use one of the Synchros, like Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, you could do it with 3. But that still requires 4 tuners because you need to sync off for Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Jeez. That Synchro is my biggest problem with this because he's just 1 level too high. And yeah. Now, maybe they're going to get, maybe the last card they're going to give us is a level modulation card. Honestly, this should have like been, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a Blue Eyes, up its level by 1 to 2. That would have been nice. But no, we didn't get that. So, that leaves really pretty much the last card in the assuming we're getting a 5th card. It's not always guaranteed with this stuff. Assuming we're getting a 5th card, it has to be a level modulation card in some way, shape, or form. Or it's going to have to give us another special summon of another tuner. I did just remember, I totally forgot about this, but Maiden of White gives you an extra normal summon, right? Yeah, so Mausoleum gives you another normal summon, so there you go. But that's still so many cards to get out 1 Synchro. Also, you got to play Mausoleum, and Mausoleum's never been all that great. It might be better in like with these new stuff. Again, this is something I'm going to have to test out. I'm looking forward to trying it out, but I am so mixed on this Synchro. Everything else is great. I love it, but the Synchro, that's the hard one. That's the bit, and it's the big seller, and it's so freaking pretty. Look at this artwork. Anyways, that is everything, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and see y'all later. Peace out. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you, and have a great day.